Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
I sent you the item in Discord.
Ooh,
I just realized that, although not quite in the same setup because this is one giant spider leg, if you were to make a shield out of a bunch of spider legs that are smaller, there is a magic item that would be perfect for that, the animated shield.
Yeah, that would work. I feel like you would need, like more smaller arms.
Yeah. Also, you'd have to be comfortable with the idea of a bunch of spider legs crawling all over your body.
Thanks, I hate it.
I now need to craft a spider item for both of you now.
Well, we'll see what happens at the rate you guys are going. Might be able to make a Shahiri necklace.
Does it still have the souls in it?
Depends on how Skyrim you want to be with it.
Just tap on the glass. Don't tap on the glass. They don't like that.
Alrighty, so you guys begin a couple of days of travel. However, it is not even a full day's worth of journeying before you will once again reach the entrance into the overlarge clearing that is the Whitewood, which you walked that path in reverse not too long ago carrying a Middendorfy ice cube.
The Middendorfsicle.
Yeah. So this is your first time seeing this part of the tunnel system, Mitty, but you guys will pretty quickly that day, although it's probably growing late for you all, reach back towards the part of the stone tunnels where the temperature really substantially starts to drop and you start to be able to see the unbroken fields of white beyond a little bit further on. Well, you guys have made it back to the Whitewood. You just charging back through. Do you have anything you wish to do?
Do we remember roughly the route that led to the Winter Seed? The direction, at least?
Yeah, it's not too difficult to place. Basically, you just sort of head inward, if that makes sense, towards like the heart of the wood.
Well, we can either try to play it safe and skirt the edges, or we can take the risk and head straight to the source and see what we can find again.
Well, they did say that the dream was not even close to what would actually bar our path. I say we hold off on visiting it until we get a bigger picture.
Hello, Richter. potentially. But so, what one vote for cutting straight through?
I'll say hell with it and go straight through.
Well, I'll do what I can to keep us protected. I do think that we should be open to the idea of changing plans if we start freezing to death, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so you guys are, sorry, you're heading into the woods to pursue the path, or are you trying to go towards the Winter Seed?
To the path. That's what I was under the impression of.
Okay, just wanted to clarify. Okay, hi Richter.
Hi, sorry about that. So, what did I miss? Or what have I missed?
Well, the party got back to the Bastille Rock and parted ways with Nola and Tabitha, your warlock, who, for reasons she didn't entirely share, she has decided to go with Nola back up to the surface and abandon the mission that she had with you guys.
Okay.
But the four of you have left with the mixed blessings and advice of the allies you've made so far. You guys are heading towards the demonic rift, although you are currently just about to pass through a section of the Whitewood in order to get there.
Okay.
You guys are kind of like on the precipice of that place, remembering how dangerous it was for you the previous time.
Although this time we're not dressed for a summer beach party, at least.
Okay. And what else has happened since?
There was some provisioning and discussions at the Bastille Rock, but this is pretty much where you guys are at.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, you guys are in sort of the mouth of the tunnel where it opens up into this great big cavernous space, the floor of which is covered in the unbroken, perfect plane of diamond encrusted blades of grass. And further in, you begin to see the off bluish trunks of trees begin to rise up.
Okay.
Well, onward and upward, so to speak.
Yep.
All right. Well, if someone could volunteer to be like a leader for this, I'll have someone make a survival check to navigate your way back through the Whitewood.
I think I have the highest survival. At a +3.
Yeah, I've only got one, so you've got me beat.
Going once, going twice.
Go ahead.
Alright, I shall do it.
Right. So Mitty kind of takes the four here and starts to lead you guys through the Whitewood, the crystalline foliage sort of cracking and breaking under your footsteps as you enter.
Oh, thank God.
That's a pretty decent roll, yeah. At first, you guys are navigating parts of the Whitewood that if not the exact path, you at least traveled this general way before in reverse. Um, although, look around as you might, you know, curious as you may be, while you're just spending time in this still, silent, empty wood, there's no sign of your previous passing. And given now that you all know that the builders fairly routinely travel throughout this region and you know look for people that have been caught by the Whitewood's clutches or try and tend to the undead or other creatures that live here, everything is immaculate. There's no sign of any sort of travel here, which reinforces sort of this eerie ability of the Whitewood to mend any sign of damage or transgression, seemingly at will. Um, the grass does not by any means spring back up as you walk through it, but you know that given enough time, even the footsteps you guys are leaving, and given Midi, I mean they're pretty big footsteps, that they too will fade given enough time. But as I said, as you guys spend a couple hours beginning to trek through here, it is perfectly still. There's no wind. There's no noise like from that you'd normally expect in forests that are filled with creatures as small and as large as you can imagine. It's pretty unsettling, but as I said, it was already starting to get kind of late, and it has reached the point where you probably would want to sleep, although you were still definitely in the midst of the woods. So you'll have to make a decision to camp in the Whitewood or to try and push further, and we'll have to make some rolls if you do that.
I say push further. Remember what happened last time?
That we just got jumped.
Well, we almost froze to death.
Yeah.
The being jumped, if I understand what happened to us correctly, was all in our heads.
Alright, so I heard someone say to push forward.
Yeah, we can push forward.
I agree. It is more arduous, but safer in the long run.
What are we rolling to be ballsy?
Okay, so with your survival roll, Midi, you think you could navigate towards, and as I think I've described before, there are numerous different tunnels that come out into this open space that is the Whitewood. So you're going to try and cut a diagonal towards one of these entrances. It's not where you want to eventually go, but it will get you out of the Whitewood proper for you guys to make camp.
Yeah.
So for a forced march beyond your normal travel distance, I need you all to make Constitution saves to move for another hour.
That 11 roll.
Rainbow?
Oh no.
Alright, so Midi and well, not entirely surprisingly, Vinali, you two are totally fine. You're maybe not used to this particular environment, but you're no strangers to a bit of off-road exertion. Mish and Cal, it is difficult to travel through the Whitewood, and especially at the sort of pace you guys are going at. You're your bodies try to sweat and try to get worked up, but it's so frigid that the sweat crystallizes like against your skin, and it makes you guys both feel pretty ill. So both of you get a level of exhaustion, and I'm keeping that environmental effect in mind. But you guys are able to travel for the next hour.
I'm thinking pushing forward was a mistake. As Miss just sneezes.
Well, if you want to sleep and freeze to death, you're welcome to.
Cal, how are you feeling?
Just a little cold. He has this coat, like, buttoned all the way up to his nose.
Well, I can only focus on one of the two of you, so whichever the two of you is worse for wear, I can try to help out a bit.
What'd you say? Sorry, I can't quite hear, I think. Hang on. And Miss just shakes her head to shake off the ice. What'd you say?
I have some magic that might be able to help one of the two of you out, but I can only focus on one of you at a time.
You go ahead. I think I'll be okay.
That would be appreciated, thank you.
Alright, so I am just going to be continuously casting and concentrating on resistance, which will give Mish a extra 1d4 to saving throws.
Thank you.
All right, that will probably come in handy. So, make everyone make one last round of con saves, and Mish add the D4 to yours.
Oof, I needed it, apparently.
Oh, damn, you have a pretty high constitution. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. Sorry, that's just the save.
Yeah.
Okay, so in spending this last bit of effort helping Mish, to your credit, it works. Mish, you feel the general steady protective effects of Vinali's magic, and as you guys push for this last hour, you feel not better than you did before, but you definitely get no worse, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Thank
Vinali,
you.
Vinali, you come down with a bit of the chills yourself, and Cal, you do definitely get worse. So, Vinali, mark a level of exhaustion, and Cal, you get your second.
Do I mark that anywhere, or is it just keeping track in my head?
There is a way to enable it on your sheet.
In the gear thing, the last tab in the of the core bio spells in the gear, the furthest right column has a thing towards the bottom, show exhausted tracking.
Yeah, I
And
just
then it'll
turned it
appear on
on
the core
for you.
side.
So if you see underneath like your hit dice and your death saves, you can change it there.
Got it. Got it. Thank you.
All right, but you guys, with that last while of travel, make it to one of the myriad exits of the Whitewood. You come back to a place where the trees start to thin and eventually disappear, and it's just 30 to 50 feet of the crystalline grass before you get to the stone of another tunnel that just sort of disappears into the darkness beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe as much as I hate to say it, I think we should stop and rest here.
Yeah, we're out of danger of that. I guess that'll work. Y'all don't look the best, so I can work with that.
You know, part of me wants to say, like, I wish you had that fur coat of yours. Other part wants to say, like, during the summer you must suffer.
Alrighty, so you guys are able to. I think you guys had tents, right? You guys had some camping supplies and tents you had gotten previously, I believe.
I have one. I don't know if anybody else does.
I don't think
Two-person
Mitty does.
tents by the rules, so we only need 2.
Mitty probably wouldn't have one. I gotta look up what's in the Explorer's Pack.
Well, I think everyone would have like at least a sleeping roll or something.
Yeah, I definitely have that.
Yeah, most of the packs have bedrolls, but I don't think any of them have tents. You have to buy those separately.
But you guys build whatever camp you're able to build with the supplies you've been traveling with. Just whatever you guys have been used to thus far. There aren't really elements in the sense to keep away from your sleeping area here. There's no weather, but you do bundle up pretty closely to preserve warmth. Because even outside of the Whitewood proper, the air around here is chill, and you can probably even see your breath. So, is there any form of watches being kept, or are you guys just turning in for the evening?
I would suggest that I would take a watch, but probably at least not the first one.
Yeah, I can take first watch.
Yeah, that works. Though Mish will actually start making a fire first. You know, just general warmth.
Alrighty. So, I heard Midi is first watch. Cal will take one later on, right?
I can take second watch.
I'll pick up third then, and Cal can take the last.
Alrighty. Everyone make perception checks for me. For everyone, they'll be at disadvantage.
Ah.
Oof.
You have a -1 wisdom, Cal?
We've been over this. Yes, I do.
I see.
It was the lowest thing I rolled when I did my roll at the beginning, and I decided to make him not fucking smart.
Okay, and then in addition to that, can everyone roll me a d20?
Oh no. Any modifiers?
Just a d20.
This is for the dream.
I'm having nightmares, boys.
Alright, so you guys take your watches as you had laid out previously. Most of you see jack shit. It is dark down here, even with the fire and the little tiny bit of supernatural illumination that having Cal with you provides. it's not enough to see more than 20 or 30 feet down the tunnel, let alone back into the Whitewood. So your watches pass very uneventfully, and you don't really catch anything of note. Vinali, during your watch, you do see something, however. You detect a little bit of motion back in the tree line of the Whitewood, and maybe if you get a little bit closer to try and get a better view of it with a bit of either light magic or taking a bit of a torch or something out, you can. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I do have a bullseye lantern that can shed light out to 120 feet if that's enough.
Okay, yeah. So you light your lantern, sort of hold it aloft, still back from your camp space, and you can see shadowy figures moving about the tree line, right where it thins. They sort of are hiding behind the trees, and they never come beyond that point, but they just seem to be sort of shuffling about in there.
I'm not gonna approach all the way out of like earshot of my allies, but I'll approach enough that I can like try not to wake my allies while still calling out to see if they're people or monsters.
Okay, so you're actually
Oh, kind of a thing, without being super loud about it.
okay. Sorry, you said you speak up at them.
Yes.
So you call out and sort of are still swiveling your lantern around, and as you get a bit closer and are looking through, the number of shadowy shapes seems to decrease. It seems like some of them retreat back into the woods, although there's still probably 4 or 5 that you can catch within sort of the peripherals of your vision. There's no response from any of them, but you do feel, sort of unbidden, a memory of a humming song in the back of your head.
Was this something? I'm trying to remember. Memory's a bit muddled, out of character of what happened to the whole party and what happened to just specifically Mitty, but I feel like there was a song mentioned when we were in here last time.
Yeah, the elven woman ghost that led you and Mitty deeper into the woods wouldn't talk to you, but she just hummed the entire way there.
Does this sound like that song?
You were, against your will, literally remembering her song.
Well, the player wants to go and investigate further, but the character is smart enough not to wander off on his own, so he will retreat back to the camp.
As you pull back and sort of as the light is turned away from them, you can see the number of shadowy shapes increase again as your proximity vanishes. But none of them transgress past the tree line.
And when it's Cal's turn to take over for the last shift, I'll just warn him that the figures are out there and probably trying to lure us back in.
was it was gonna be you and then Mish, right?
You were last.
I was last. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it goes after Vinali. It was you. You were the last watch.
Okay, okay. I wasn't sure if it was her first or second. All right, I will do that.
All right. The night passes, mostly uneventfully, with just a bit of spectation. But you are able to all come to wake the next morning. Those of you that had any exhaustion levels, decrease it by 1, which will leave, I think, just Cal with 1 level. But you slept, you got your rest, although you definitely feel cold all throughout. It is you rise stiffly. It feels like you could really go for a nice bowl of hot soup or something, because your insides just feel cold and dried out in a way.
Well, it's a good thing we're heading towards a portal to the Hells, because I imagine it'll be quite warm there.
Nice little vacation. A lot of warmth, a lot of demons to kill. It's the perfect getaway destination.
Okay. You and I have very different takes on what a vacation is.
I can only imagine what you think a vacation is, Silver Spoon.
You know, not being in a frozen tundra or whatever this frozen thing. Ugh. Besides, have you seen the prices on those hotels? God, no. Ugh.
All right, you guys are free to travel again today. If you stick to the course that you had in mind, it will take you back into the Whitewood until you can get to a tunnel exit that will lead you the rest of the way towards Ashkalexi, or what once there was.
Alright, let's do it.
All right, back into the Whitewood then.
Mm-hmm.
So, taking the lead again, Midi. If you could make me another survival check.
Kit. Do you got guidance? No,
Yeah, I can give you guidance.
don't mind.
I see.
The gods have forsaken us this day.
New phone number. Who's this?
Okay, and actually, I wasn't paying attention to the time. We'll take a quick 5 to 10 minute break if people need to get up and stuff, and you can cut the video there, Rainbow. I will get back and address that because it's a 6 in total, but it's a natural 1.